أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I hope you can hear me well. So we are on lesson 19. I think we're almost done with the book one. I think that is page 145, 105. We're almost done with book one. I'm hoping that everything behind us is well absorbed. Okay. In 19, he says, it's a conversation between the mudir and then the teacher. Says, كم طالبا جديدا في فصلك يا شيخ. Concentration is here. طالبا جديدا. How many new students are in your class? Oh, Sheikh. I don't know if you've discussed this concept, but then there are two types of chem. I don't know if I've discussed it, but we might have seen it. There are types of chem. We can have chem, what we call khabariya or ta'ajubiyya. You can have chem where you are just asking how many something is or how much. When you want to ask how many something is, okay. Imana, we discussed the qaida of chem, right? Okay, Jamil. That makes it easy then. So basically when you have fathatain after chem, singular, fathatain, Imana, how many something is. When you have kasratain, it's expression of amazement. Okay. And it says, fihi asharatu tullabin. And numbers from 1 to 10, numbers from 1 to 10, aywa, exclamation, that is it. Numbers from 1 to 10, when you mention the number, what comes after the number would end in kesra. It is majroor. Let's note that. Numbers from 1 to 10. 3 to 10. Sorry. Numbers from 3 to 10. When you mention them, what you are counting, the enumerated, the thing that you are counting, it comes plural and kasratain, or with kasra. Okay. So when I want to say 3 cars, I will say thalathu sayyaratin. Sayyaratin. The cars that I'm counting should count plural and also with kasratain or with kasra, basically majroor. It is majroor because it is considered to be a mudaf ilayhi. I'm sure we all know mudaf ilayhi, where we did the mudaf and then the mudaf ilayhi. And we learned that mudaf ilayhi is always majroor, bimana it ends in kasra. And so when you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the 10 that you mention after it, let it end in kasratain, and it should come plural. And the number must differ with it in terms of gender. I don't know if you've spoken about these two, about the number and the what it is counting. I don't know if you've discussed it, but then it's still worth it. The number, if it comes if the number is if the thing you are counting is masculine, the number should come feminine. Okay, Vimana, we discussed this too. Alhamdulillah, we've discussed a lot of qawaid. So if you have the thing you are counting as masculine, the number should come feminine. If the thing you are counting is feminine, the number should come masculine. So if I'm going to count ladies, I want to say banat or sayyidat. I'll say arba'un sayyidatin. When I say arba'atu rijalin, arba'atu, making the arba feminine and then the rijal coming masculine. So the number, the qaida is like this. The number from 3 to 10 differ with the thing it is counting in terms of gender. And what is being counted comes plural, and also in the genitive case, that is the majrur, comes with kasra. Jamil. And this is, of course, adjective for tullab. It says, fihi asharatu tullabin jududin. Judud is the plural of jadid. There are, in the class, I feel firstly, 10 new students. Min aina hum? Where are they from? Hum, min aina hum? Where are they from? Akulluhum min baladin wahidin. Are they all from one country? Balad can be country. Balad can come as a city at times. Are they all from one country? It says, La hum min biladin mukhtalifatin. Hum min biladin mukhtalifatin. This mukhtalifa here is an adjective to bilad. But why is it feminine? If you can quickly answer that for us. Any one of you can quickly answer that for us. Why is bilad here coming as an adjective but feminine? La hum min biladin mukhtalifatin. They are from different countries. You can allow your mic if you have a good reception to answer it for us, if you have the answer. It says, La hum min biladin mukhtalifatin. Why mukhtalifatin and not mukhtalifin? Why is he making the adjective feminine? Okay, I'll go on anytime any one of you can answer that for us. We will gladly allow the person the reception. It says, Minhum thalathatu tullabin. Minhum thalathatu tullabin. So because tullab is from talib, masculine, then the number comes feminine with ta marbuta. Minhum thalathatu tullabin min Philippines. Among them, there are 3 students from the Philippines. Or is it Philippines? From the Philippines. Wa arba'atu tullabin min al-Yaban. And 4 students from Japan. Wa talibani. You see, I mentioned that when it is about 1 and 2, we don't normally bring the number. You don't need to bring the number. You say wahid talib. You don't say ithnani talibani. You see, we hardly say that. It is when it's from 3 to 10. 1 and 2, the 1 and 2 are mentioned after the 10 to serve as an emphasis. Like we saw it, li akhun wahidun. The number is mentioned after the 10 being enumerated, and then it serves as an emphasis, like I have just a brother. So when you are just counting 2 and 1, you don't need the numbers because you have singular and dual. So he says, wa talibani min as-Sin, and 2 students from China. Wa talibun, look at it here, we didn't say wa wahidun talibun. Wa talibun wahidun min Malaysia, and 1 student, you see how he brought it, and just a student. So if you want to give a good translation, you see, and just a student from Malaysia. Okay. Afi faslika tullabun min America. Do you have students from America in your class? Naam. Fihi sab'atu tullabin min America. There are 7 students from America. Ahum judud. Ahum judud. So you realize that here there is no vowels at all. But then you're going to use the vowels you know already. So if you see something like this written anywhere without vowels, you know how to read it. Ahum judud. Are they new? La hum kudama. They are old. Kudama is the plural of qadim. Hum kudama. They are old students. Kam taliban fihi min Uruba. How many students are there in the class from Europe? Fihi khamsatu tullabin min Inglaterra. There are 5 students from England. Wa thamaniyatu طلاب من ألمانيا, and 8 students from Almania, that is Germany, and 8 students from Germany, I guess. وستة طلاب من فرنسا, and 6 students from France. وسبعة طلاب من اليونان, and 7 students from Yunan was Greece, right? 7 students from Greece. Says شكرا يا شيخ. Thank you, O teacher. الشيخ هنا بمعنى عالم. Sheikh, since it's in class, the Sheikh here is intending a scholar, not its other meaning, which is an old man. Okay, so that is that with this lesson 19. He comes to the tamrinat. Ikra waktub. The first tamrin is read and write. ثلاثة طلاب, and just to get you used to the numbers. From 3, you see how it works. From number 3 to 10. The qaida is that the number goes against the thing being enumerated, the thing being counted in terms of gender, and the thing comes plural with kasratin. Okay. Ikra waktub again. Indi khamsatu kutub wa thalathatu aqlam. Just the numbers again. Khalidun lahu sittatu abna. Kam akhan laka ya amin, laki ya amina. How many brothers do you have, O Amina? Li arba'atu. So you see here, arba'a came feminine, and then ikhwa came masculine. So you say arba'atu ikhwatin. Please take note that we said that ikhwa is the plural of akhun. Ikhwa is just like ikhwan. They are both plurals for akhun. So when you have ikhwa like this, though it has ta marbut, it is masculine. So you have to bring the number as feminine. Li arba'atu ikhwatin. Okay. في الأسبوع سبعة أيام. In a week, there are 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. كم ريالا عندك الآن يا عمار? How many reals do you have with you now, O Ammar? عندي الآن 8 ريالات. عندي الآن 8 ريالات. I have 8 reals with me now. في هذه الحي 9 بيوت جديدة. In this community there are 9 houses, 9 new houses. Okay. لهذه السيارة 4 أبواب. This car has 4 doors. أبواب, the plural of bab. Okay. كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? ثمن is the price. How much is this book? كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? If you say كم هذا الكتاب, كم هذا الكتاب is okay. It's the same as how much is this book. Say كم ثمن هذا الكتاب? What is the price of this book? ثمنه 7 ريالات ونصف. His price is 7 reals and half. 7.5 reals. يعني 7.5. في هذا الفصل 10 طلاب قدامى. In this class we have 10 old students و4 طلاب جدد and 4 new students. كم قميصا عندك يا إبراهيم? How many shirts do you have, O Ibrahim? عندي 4 قمصان. قمصان, the plural of قميص. I have 4 shirts. عندي ريالان و5 قروش. So when it was dual, he didn't bring the number. He didn't say عندي 2 ريالان. He didn't say that. عندي ريالان و5 قروش. I have 2 reals and 5 kirsh. Kirsh is a small coin like that. Let's say like our peswa here. و5 قروش and 5 kirsh. في هذه الحافلة 10 ركاب. In this bus there are 10 passengers. 10 ركاب. راكب and ركاب. We have 10 passengers. Okay. He says, أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا. أو مستعملا العدد المذكور بين القوسين. So respond to the following questions using مستعملا, using العدد المذكور, using the number mentioned بين القوسين. So you are going to respond to these using these numbers. So you have the example, قوسين. When we say qaus, we mean bracket, one side of the bracket. Qausain, the brackets. Qaus actually refers to the bow and arrow. The bow that you see, it looks like the bracket. So that is the qaus. We use it for the bracket also. This bracket, I mean. It says, Kam kitaban indak. How many books do you have? So here he is using what? 3. It says, Indi thalathatu kutub. Why did he make the number feminine? Because kitab is masculine. So he has to go against it. Kam akhan laka ya Hamid. So you are going to use 5. So me answering the 5, I would say, Li khamsatu ikhwa. Li khamsatu ikhwatin. That is my response. You would respond to the 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 using this. So you first look what you are being asked. Is it masculine? Is it feminine? Then you know if you are going to make the number masculine or feminine. Okay. And then here he says, اكتب الأعداد من 3 إلى 10 واجعل كلا من الكلمات الآتية معدودا لها. When we say معدود, we mean what is being counted. Just like here, the thalatha here is the adad and kutub is the ma'dud. The thalatha is the adad, the number, and then the kutub is the ma'dud. Okay, so he says that you should write the numbers 3 to 10. Waj'al kull, and make each kullan, each min al kalimat al atiya, each of the following words ma'dudan laha, and make each of the following words an enumerator or enumerated, basically what is being counted. So you make the kitab come after the number. So you have salatha kutubin, thalathatu kutubin, arba'atu aqlam, tajirun tujjar, you know the plural tujjar, khamsatu tujjar. Okay, so basically all that came here is masculine. So the numbers basically will all be feminine. Okay. Al-kalimat al-jadida, a lot of them are not jadid. Okay, we have an astaman, price or value, price or value. Nisf is half. Al-riyal al-hafila is the bas, plural is hafilat. As-su'al we know. Al-balad, country or city. Uruba, Fransa, mukhtalifa. When we say something is mukhtalif, yani it is different. Okay. Al-yawm, you know, al-kirsh. Al-kirsh, as I said, is the coin, like a peso. Raqibun, passenger. Qadimun, or al-jayb. Jayb is pocket. But did you see jayb here? I didn't see jayb too. Al-jayb is pocket, or purse. Juyub, that's the plural. Almania, Germany, Yunnan, Greece, Malaysia, our own Malaysia. Okay. Before we enter lesson 20, we are almost done with the book. I don't know how many lessons this one has, but I'm sure we are just about finishing. Please, if there is any inquiry to be made, anything you want to ask, any concern at all, inshallah, we can put it forth. Okay. Please, if there is any question, anything you didn't understand well, please you let me know. Nisf. Nisf is half. Half of something. I think we have it here, right? Nisf. Nisfun. You mean a half. So if you want mentioning time and we say as-sa'atu tasi'atu wa nisf, yani 9:30. Rialat, the plural of rial, the money. The money rial. I think it's a Saudi currency, right? That is the plural of rial. Okay, you're welcome. And I hope you've all watched completely all the Juha episodes I've sent so far, and we are quite cool with it. I don't know, not just to talk so much again on the advice thing, but then I pray you've watched it. You've been diligent enough to watch it and understand everything in there. You can't have me around and have the videos available and not understand anything there. It wouldn't be fair to the video and you yourself. So I'm hoping the ones I've shared, that one, you are done with it. Inshallah, we share the next episode and then we continue from there. I just want you to build your listening, Arabic listening. Sometimes you might understand it written, but then when it is written, you can't. Salamna can come with two meanings. Salamna alayhi. If I say salamna alayhi, we greeted him. We said salam to him. Salamna alayhi. So salamna awraqana, we presented our papers. Salamna awraqana, we submitted our papers. So it comes in, unless we have the context we are dealing with, else it comes with those meanings. I say salamtu alayhi. Salamtu alayhi, I greeted him. I said salam to him. Salamtu awraqi, I submitted my papers. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Please, one of the videos here, the officer said to Juha that Salimna Nafsak.
Salim nafsak.
Salim Nafsak, yes.
Aywa.
And the meaning was surrender yourself. And I was wondering how the meaning is surrender, because I think it's from the word salama, right? Which is peace.
No, sallama.
Salama, yes.
Sallama, to submit, to present.
Okay, so it's different from the normal salam that we know.
Salam is from the three radicals, salima, sin, lam, mim. They are all from the sin, lam, mim words. But salim is the command verb from sallama. And when we say sallama, bimana, to submit, to surrender. So when he says salim nafsak, yani submit yourself, surrender yourself. That is what we say when you run up people. Sallim nafsak or sallim anfusakum. Sallimu anfusakum. Surrender yourselves. Bimana, submit yourself, basically. Are we cool to this extent? They all have the same three radicals, but then the sallim is the imperative form coming from the four radicals. Sallama. Sallama is four. Sin, lam, lam, mim. But the two lams are merged and giving shadda. So sallama, to submit yourself. But then sallama also means to greet. When you are talking to your friend and the call is about ending, sallim ala al-usra, yani greet the family for me. Sallim ala al-usra li, greet the family for me. Sallim alayhi, greet him for me. Some friend visits you, you tell the person, oh, mama fi dakhil, yani mom is inside. Sallim alayha, mom is inside, go say hi to her. We use it like that also. هل من سؤال؟ هل من شيء؟ Okay, you're welcome. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is also just a short one. Let's add this up. As we are going on, if anything pops up in your mind, you can just drop it in there. You will see it and then. Lesson 20, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, very interesting language. For Arabic language, it's very, very interesting. People do not understand why we break our back for it, trying to spread it and into our best ability. Before they come to realize how interesting it is, maybe it is too late somehow. It's an amazing language. You come to understand why the last message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was revealed with the Arabic language. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. My little brother, Dr. Dudu, he will say, as we learn Arabic, we keep teaching them how the vowels is changing. He was like, the words are behaving like cells, but the cells, live cells, the way they react and like that, you know. So it's quite an interesting language. May we know how interesting it is and sacrifice everything for it. Until people understand, maybe it's too late, but we pray it's not too late. Now, okay, so we come to Duruusul Ishrun, the lesson 20. And so you see, because of that, if you see anything in the Quran, I would like you to be more of the Quran, you know, so that at least you'll be reading your pages from the Quran and you try to be technical a bit about the Quran. The Quran is not what we are doing. What we are doing is really a joke to the Quran. It's a great disrespect to the Quran. Trying to just read it with nice sound and all that is there. It's good you make it beautiful, but then if that is your limit, it's really disrespectful to the Quran. The Quran is something very beautiful. And tafsir was meant to show us these beauties, the words and their technicalities, but maybe dependent on our communities, the scholars are not able to do that kind of tafsir for people. Because if you come and do it, maybe some wouldn't get it. So the tafsir have become wazi. People use the tafsir to preach again. Okay. So we go on with lesson 20. And may Allah grant us beneficial knowledge. Lesson 20 is a convo, حوار بين ليلى وسلمى. تقول ليلى يا سلمى أفي فصلك لا أعرف هذا الكتاب كل الأسئلة يأتي أو كل الأسئلة تأتي بهمزة الاستفهام وليس هل. I don't know, I've not seen a question with hal. Maybe it's the book's own style to get people used to the hamza of istifham. The book is not really interested in using hal, like hal fi fasliki talibat or something. Maybe it's the nizam of the book. Because people are not really familiar with the hamza al istifham, so maybe the book is meant to get them used to it. يا سلمى أو سلمى أفي فصلك طالبات من الصين أفي فصلك طالبات من الصين واليابان? Are there students from China and Japan in your class? He says, Salma says, نعم. في فصلنا 5 طالبات. So you see, the numbers they showed us up there were about feminine numbers with masculine objects. Now here we have masculine number with a feminine object. So it says, في فصلنا 5 طالبات. في فصلنا 5 طالبات. In our class, there are 5 female students. Okay. Something just came up in my mind. People have the perception, you know, the non-Arabs, and to a wider extent, the Christians who are non-Arabs, they kind of find Arabic weird. In their mind, they've already psyched their mind that Arabic is weird because Arabic has to do with, like, let's say Muslims, Islam, I don't know, you know, the issues between religions and all that. So they already have this idea that Arabic is weird. So anything in Arabic is weird. So I was at the hospital with one of my bosses. He wasn't feeling well, and I was translating, interpreting for them. And the doctor, she asked me, oh, am I speaking Arabic? And I said yes. Said, oh, where? I said I studied in the University of Ghana. So I came to sit down, and she came at me and was like, okay, how would I ask him? How is he? Look at it. She wants to ask him, how are you? And I said, you would say, Kaifa haluka. And she was like, what? I said, Kaifa haluka. She was like, hey, one word and plenty sentences like this. I don't know. How are you is 3 words. Kaifa haluka, almost 2 words. It's 3 words in Arabic, but if you should put it like in writing, it's like 2 words. I said, you say Kaifa haluka. Khalas. She said, oh, 1 word and plenty sentences like this. I'm like, really? So the same way they go, like Arabic writes from backwards. Everything about Arabic and Islam is backwards, kind of. Arabic is writing from here. Normally we write from here, but you see, Arabic is actually writing from the right side. That is actually the right side. And due to perceptions and corrupted mentality. So I came here, we have khamsatu talibatin. You see, the talibat is enough for you to know that we are talking about female students. I don't know if in English, the word student can be made feminine. We have 5 students, feminine, 5 female students. من الصين وأربع طالبات من اليابان, and 4 female students from Japan. وثماني طالبات, so you see the term مربوط didn't come. وثماني طالبات من Indonesia, and 8 female students from Indonesia. Okay. Layla says, وفي فصلنا 3 طالبات من الهند. In our class, we have 3 female students from India. وست, not ستة, وست طالبات من الفلبين, and 6 female students from the Philippines or Philippines. وسبع طالبات من تركيا, and 7 female students from Turkey. So the result of this book is just lovely. All the qawaid, he stresses on it so much that if you are to concentrate very well and just read the lesson like over and over 5 times maybe, the qawaid will stick even without you deliberately memorizing it. See, if we did the masculine numbers, the feminine numbers with the masculine objects up there, a whole lesson, repeated it severally. And here he is again repeating the numbers and the objects. خمس طالبات, 4 طالبات, وثماني طالبات, and he comes again 3 طالبات, 6 طالبات, 7 طالبات, for you to know. So even when you are reading the Quran and you get to خلق سبع سماوات, you won't say سبعة سماوات. You know, the qaida flows with you right away. Okay. It says سبع سنبلة, or sab'u sanabila. Sab'u sanabila. You read it right. You don't say sab'atu sanabila. Or sanabila is from sumbulatun. Sumbula is feminine. So when you are reading the Quran, this qawaid what aids you. So the hafiz, as I always say, the hafiz who is just a hafiz can make mistakes. But somebody who knows the Quran and knows his language very well, Arabic language very well, can hardly make a mistake. The person will make a mistake and pick back because the line wouldn't go all right for the person. But if you are just a hafiz for hafiz sake, you would always make a mistake and you can hardly realize the mistake you've made. Okay. It says, Kam ukhtan laki ya Layla. How many sisters do you have, oh Layla? It says, Li thalathu akhawatin. Li thalathu. Masculine. Akhawatin, feminine. Okay. I have 3 sisters. Wa kam akhan laki. She brings the masculine right away so that the 2 qawaid will be together for us. So right here, we have both the qawaid for the numbers captured here. Li thalathu, masculine number, with akhawatin, feminine object. And we come here, li khamsatu, feminine number, ikhwatin, with a masculine object. I have 5 brothers. Okay. Laki thalathu akhawatin wa khamsatu ikhwa. Just repeating what she said. You have 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and 5 brothers. Layla says, Na'am. Wa kam akhan wa ukhtan laki. How many brothers and sisters do you have? So Salma says, Li arba'atu ikhwatin wa arba'u akhawat. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. MashaAllah. Li zamilatun ismuha Khadija. I have a colleague. Zamila, bimana colleague. I have a colleague. Her name is Khadija. Laha thamaniyatu. Look at the tamarbut coming back here. Laha thamaniyatu ikhwatin. She has 8 brothers. Wa thamani akhawat. And 8 sisters. She has 8 brothers and 8 sisters. So just coming from the tamarbut here, you know we are talking about brothers because the number is feminine. Then the object should be masculine. You not seeing the tamarbut here, you know that the number is masculine. So what we are counting is what? Feminine. Okay, I think this ends lesson 20. If there is anything, any pop-up question, now I think anybody who followed us diligently would have it easy sailing through the book by even themselves. You can easily read the tamrinat, you know what you are being requested to do. You can easily go through everything by yourself. It will be quite easy by now if you were with us and followed diligently. Okay. So the tamarin, you just read them, just reading to get your mind acquainted very well with the masculine numbers with the feminine objects. Okay. We have Iqra Uktub. Here too you are reading and writing. Fi baiti thalathu ghurafin. Ghuraf is the plural of ghurfa. Is the plural of ghurfatin. So we have ghurfa and the plural is ghuraf, so it's feminine. Then I should make the number masculine. So it says thalathu. Okay. Fil jami'ati ashru hafilat. In the university, there are 10 bases. You see how he brings the ashru. Walaysa asharatu. Ashru hafilat. So the bases are feminine. So the number comes masculine. في هذه المدرسة 8 مدرسات. In this school, this madrasa, there are 8 female teachers. Okay. And then he says, come in. And then he says, Abbasun lahu sab'u banat. Banat, of course, is from bint, which is feminine. So sab'u comes masculine without a ta marbuta. Somebody joined in? Oh, Radwa came in. Jamil. Fi baytina tis'u dajajat. In our house, we have 9 chickens or hens. Is it hen? Yeah, 9 hens. Is that a plural? Hens. Hen. Okay. In our house, there are 9 hens or chickens. The dajat is feminine, and so tis'un comes masculine without ta marbut. في الجامعة 5 كليات. Kulliya is college. Kulliya, college. Now we have the Kulliyatul Quran in Medina. Right at the Central Masjid, there is Kulliyatul Quran, College of Quran there. Okay. So we have في الجامعة 5 كليات. We have 5 colleges in the school, in the university. في المستشفى 10 طبيبات. In the hospital, there are 10 doctors. Now, tabibat here is female doctors. Just by seeing the number being masculine, we know that the tabib here is also feminine, tabibat. وأربع ممرضات, and 4 nurses. 4 nurses. ممرضة is a nurse. خالد له 3 أبناء. Khalid has 4 boys, 4 children, boys. وأربع بنات, and 4 girls. So the qaida is put together here again. ثلاثة with the ta marbuta because abna is the plural of ibn. وأربع بنات, the plural of bint. So the number comes masculine. It says لي 5 إخوة و6 أخوات. I have 5 brothers and 6 sisters. في هذا الكتاب, in this book, 10 دروس. There are 10 lessons in this book. لنا 4 أعمام و5 عمات. We have 4 paternal uncles and 5 paternal aunties. Ammat is from ammatun, and amam is from ammun. Okay. في بلدي 5 جامعات. In my country there are 5 universities. في ذلك الدرس 8 كلمات جديدة. In that lesson there are 8 new words. عندي 3 مجلات. I have 3 journals. مجلة is journal, a journal. I wish I could show you a copy of what they call the journal with them. Let me. I have some copies of journals here. Like it's called العربية. Let me allow this. I don't know if it can be seen. This is it. It's just like they do it like a book, but then periodic. That is the majalla. Mine is Majallatul Arabi. Majallatul Arabi. They are very nice materials for somebody who wants to study very good Arabic. The language in there are mostly very, very, very classical. Very classical. Okay. Yeah. Same as a magazine. Yeah. Yeah. رحلة فاس ومكناس تمنح هي الحياة الأخرى. They are very nice materials. Arabic magazines are very nice materials. And their newspaper was supposed to be like this, provide very classical Arabic, but it happened that people started wanting to put their local language in the newspapers and stuff like that. Very disheartening. But then they attempted something like that. Okay. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا العدد المذكور بين قوسين. Respond to the following questions using the numbers mentioned. Using the numbers mentioned. يعني بين قوسين, between the bracket, these numbers. You are going to use these numbers. So you have كم أخا لك. How many brothers do you have? You see, this is 6. So I'll say عندي أو لي 6 لي 6 because it's أخا masculine. لي 6 إخوة or إخوان. لي 6 إخوة. The rest will be for you to answer. You can do your best to try your hands on it. Okay. The Mustashfatul Wilada. Anybody still remembers the name we gave it? I think we found a name for it. That is is a maternity hospital or something like that, and we found another word for it. Like, okay. So you answer the rest using these numbers, Ashara, Tis'a, Thamania, Sitta, and all that to answer these ones, inshallah. And then if you want me to cross-check your answers, I'm available. اقرأ الجمل الآتية واكتبها مع كتابة الأعداد الواردة فيها بالحروف. اقرأ الجمل الآتية. Read the following sentences. Yeah, obstetrics. Obstetrics, that was the name. مستشفى الولادة. Obstetrics, or is it obstetric hospital? اقرأ الجمل الآتية. Read the following sentences. واكتبها, and write them مع كتابة al-adad, whilst writing the numbers al-warida, that appears. Al-warida bimana, that is mentioned, bimana al-mazkura. When we say something is al-warida, so normally you hear the scholar says waradat hazihi al-aya fil Quran al-Kareem. Waradat bimana dhukirat, it is mentioned. So al-a'dad al-warida bimana al-a'dad al-mazkura fiha bil-huruf. So there are numbers here in the sentences. Li, and then he brings 4. Ikhwatun wa, he brings 3. Muhammadun lahu, he brings a 5. Abna'u wa, and then he brings the 8. So you are going to change this into huruf. You are going to write it with huruf, letters, not as they've done here. Okay. It says, اكتب الأعداد من 3 إلى 10 واجعل كلا من الكلمات الآتية معدودا له. The similar assignment we saw. So you are going to mention these numbers before these words. So you have like 3 cars. I will say ثلاث سيارات. ثلاث سيارات. أخت, I will say أربع أخوات. أربع أخوات. So you continue like that. 4 students, female students. 5 what's it called, magazines or journals. You go on like that to fill the rest. Okay. Al-kalimat al-jadida, al-majalla, that is the journal, the magazine. Indonesia is not new, is no new word. Al-harf, a letter, of course, it's no new word. Al-kalima, word, it's no new word. The word is no new word. Okay, so we wouldn't add any other lesson. We will be going to add lesson 21 in our next meeting tomorrow. This evening, if you're able to meet, mashallah, inshallah, we would do the lesson 21 on in our next lesson. Hopefully, we are even able to finish the book this week. Let me see. After this, we have the lesson. Okay, maybe you finish it in our meeting next week. Okay, so we do well to follow diligently, revise your lessons. Inshallah, we do the 21 tomorrow in our meeting tomorrow. Okay. So if there is any question, we have a few minutes. If there are any questions, please, you can bring it forth. Anything at all. The questions normally brings up interesting things.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
So I saw this question on Facebook.
Okay.
Someone was asking if whether astaghfirullahu was right or astaghfirullahi. Yeah, I think that was it.
I think I also saw it. My sister even tagged me on that post.
Oh, okay.
I also saw it. So I corrected my sister before. She once wrote it on her status, astaghfirullahu. She wrote it astaghfirullahu, giving dhamma to the Allah. And I told her, no, it's supposed to be astaghfirullah. That Allah should take fatha. I am the one seeking forgiveness from Allah. So Allah is the object here in this verbal sentence. Ana astaghfiru Allah. Allah is the maf'ulun bihi, is the object. So you should take fatha. Yes, so you shouldn't take any other vowel, not who, not he. When we come to subhanallah, that is where we give it he. Subhanallah, that is idafa. So we should, these expressions, you know, they are very basic in our Islam, but then imagine you can't even say, oh Allah, forgive me, I seek forgiveness from Allah very well. All these things should push us on, should egg us on to do, to learn more. So it's astaghfirullah, then we have subhanallahi. Okay, alhamdulillah. They go like that. Allahu Akbar, those stuff like that. We should know the vowels very well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, when we look in the Quran, we have Surah Maryam, verse number 9, verse number 10. It says, قال رب اجعل لي آية قال آيتك ألا تكلم الناس ثلاثة بدون تا مربوط ثلاث ليال. Layalin, why is it thalatha masculine with layalin? Because layalin is the plural of layla, laylatun. Laylatun and the plural is layalin, so it's feminine, so the number came masculine. Thalatha layalin. Okay, we have them like that a lot in the Quran. We have Surah An-Nur, Surah An-Nur, verse number 8. وَيَدْرَأُ عَنْهَا الْعَذَابَ أَنْ تَشْهَدَ أَرْبَعَ شَهَادَاتٍ أَنْ تَشْهَدَ أَرْبَعَ بدون تا مربوط شهادات بالله أن تشهد أربع شهادات بالله. You find the number coming masculine and then the object coming feminine. You have them like that, kasira. So when you are reading the Quran, even when you've not memorized it, you know your qawaid very well. So you're able to go around without your walking stick. The qawaid becomes your walking stick. Okay. Anything you want to inquire? When you read sittata ayyam, fi sittata ayyamin, وهو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام, because أيام is the plural of يوم and يوم is masculine, so أيام is masculine. You have ستة with تا مربوط coming at the end. Okay, so basically that is our qaida today, and I'm sure it is well understood. I'm very sure. If there are any questions, we have a few minutes to go. Any inquiries at all? I'll be sending the next Joha episode right after the lesson, and the lesson will be uploaded and shared soon after. And by now, please, you should start speaking your little Arabic. Start doing catcher with it. We are not Arabs, so when we make mistake, there's nothing in it. There's no big deal in it. You don't have to be scared of mistakes. We are basically not Arabs. Even the Arabs today, a lot of them are not Arabs. They are made Arabs. Yeah, actually, I relaxed on that because I'm thinking by now maybe we are used to the system of noting vocabularies. Though I've been noting some, but then sometimes schedule, making the file becomes, you hardly get time to sit to do anything at all. But then inshallah, anytime I have the opportunity, I'll do all together a few things for us, inshallah. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, inshallah. Okay. If there are no questions, inshallah, whatever questions we have, there is something. Please, how do I say sweep? Okay, sweep is from the verb kenasa. Kenasa. And so the verb aknisu, I sweep is aknisu. If you want to tell somebody command, aknis. Let me find the command version. Let me see your question again. How do I say sweep? Sweep is kenesa. So that's why we call the broom miknesa. Joha would even pronounce it for us, the miknesa. I don't know if it's in there somewhere in the episodes we've shared, but then soon we would see it. To sweep is kenesa, kef noon, and then sin. You'd want to put that in a sentence. If you want to put it in any context, you could do so, and then inshallah, I would convert that for you. Aknisu. If you want to say I'm sweeping, aknisu. You don't even need to bring the I. You don't need to bring the ana. Just say aknisu. Aknisu gurufati. Okay, so you make the noon dhamma. Let me write it and vowelize it. So if you want to say I'm sweeping, you say ak. Ak nusu bidhamma instead. Ak nusu bidhamma. I hope the vowels show clearly. So aknusu gurufati, I'm sweeping my room. Okay. Without any further questions, inshallah, we will end it here. If there are any questions, of course, it can still be sent on the WhatsApp, on the page preferably, if it's not something personal, can be shared on the page so that colleagues would also benefit, inshallah. May Allah grant us beneficial knowledge. Allahumma alimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilman. Afwan. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.